Almighty morning. Welcome, everybody. They're coming in. I can see them. I have today Tamie G.
Good morning.
Welcome in.
Thank
It's so
you.
good to see you live. You ready for all of this?
I surely am. I surely am. Look forward to meeting everyone.
I met Tamie at Missy's Mysteries, and most of you know that I have already interviewed Missy. The third Saturday of almost every month. I think she takes January off,
Yes.
but she has a bazaar, and there's readers, there's healers, and lots of great merchandise besides what she normally carries in her.
Mhm. Beautiful Valentine's display this time. She did a great job. She's so good at staging.
Yes, she is, and I have to get in there if I don't make it
All new
on the
crystals.
21st.
Lots of goodies. Lots of goodies.
Tammy will be there on the 21st as well, for
Yes.
those of you in the Phoenix area. And welcome in Brenda from the Houston area and Pam Shore, who has returned to Arizona. She's from Wisconsin. I tell you this so you know, the different people
Nice.
coming
Got to
in.
get out of that snow.
And we missed you last night, Brenda, just so you know. And Pam, too. You're always welcome. You know that. Um, good morning, Andrew. Welcome in. Andrew's been coming more regular these days, so that's great to see her. So, Tammy, please tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been doing psychic readings now for over 20 years. Um, kind of knew I had some intuition and gifts at an early age, just didn't know what it was, and went to Catholic school, so I kind of really couldn't talk about it too much in the beginning. And it just enhanced, and my mother started recording things and it came to pass, whether it be dreams, whether it be things that I had seen, and they were taking place. They were actually happening. So it was nice to realize. And then somebody said, why don't you do these angel cards? And I played around with the deck, and then it just started flowing. I could see. Um, Definitely too when people are in trouble. I get a lot of those kind of calls, and it allows me to help people get centered, figure out what's actually going on, steer them in a better direction. I do get a lot of guidance from Archangel Michael. I will say that. I work with all the ascended masters. Um, I enjoy bringing peace to everyone. You know, we don't always get the best answers sometimes. I'm not saying that everything's going to come out perfect, but there's always going to be a direct guidance, and they're going to make sure whatever the message has to be is going to come through. So sometimes it may not even always be what you're asking about, but it's a way for you to know that they're bringing forth something that probably only you would know or be aware of, so that you know that what's being said is valid as an affirmations.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, the Facebook is messing up again, as usual this morning.
This technology and this AI and Gemini and everything else is really putting a little bit of halt on things lately.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in a positive as an expansion.
Yes, yes. And welcome in, Jamie. I just wanted to say hi to you. Jamie's in Utah. She's on my personal page. And personal pages do not get into Restream these days. That's a Facebook thing, not Restream's fault.
Which
So
is what we're having a little difficulty of lately. Yes.
yeah. And speaking of that, while we're introducing you, I want to let everybody know that you have a Facebook website. You do not have a Facebook page. Sorry, you do not have a website yet, but we'll work on that in the next few weeks and get you started on that. But
Yes.
this is her QR code for her Facebook page. So please go there. She needs 100 before she can um, do lives on her or
My own
connect.
Yes, page.
on Facebook. So please like and follow so that she can get started on her journey and be able to post different videos and things that she's doing on a regular basis.
Right.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I hear too much noise on my phone. I thought I turned it off, but I didn't. Okay, so let's go back. And you tell us how you kind of got started and how you did that. But
Word of mouth. It was through family and friends, and then other people would, they would have a girls' party, and then I ended up getting through um, SLE Entertainment, which is on the page, invited me. She used to have me in her home for events for her girls' nights and things on her private side, and I was looking at her email. I said, "My gosh, you run the entertainment company, which is pretty much everywhere. They run anything from the Ostrich Festival to newfound artists, and they launched Sedona Water.
oh, wow.
So they took a chance on me and wanted to just knowing from their experience of having me at their home privately that they were going to brand me. So that's how I became Tamie G. And I went and I was honored to be at Scottsdale Fashion Week with them. My business cards, 400 went into the swag bags. It was also with the Phoenix Suns. Um, they had influencers there all throughout the end of September, which you'll see on my website. It was just a complete honor to be able to work with so many different people and so quickly. It was like being validated. So I was truly blessed to have that experience, and it continues to grow. It's just getting everybody to actually get on the page. Sometimes people are not social medias.
Right, right.
Some are more private, and I respect that, and everything that is said is kept private. So I just want to reinforce that if you choose to do this, sharing it with others, and that's of course free will, but know that when the messages that I give to you are to you and you alone.
And you do have a lot of, I wouldn't say ancestors. You have a lot of people on the other side that are backing you up as well.
Yes, thanks to you're enhancing me on my mediumship, which I'm going to grow into doing as well. I kind of had
Oh,
a nice experience with Julie last week that I actually had my father walk in.
he's with you all the time. You've got to
I just,
understand.
it's hard. I think sometimes you think, well, because you're the psychic here, am I really hearing things? And this past year has taught me a lot, 2020, 25, that my intuition is valid. And I think I was being tested. And now it's not just for others, it included myself. And it made me a lot stronger and things come in a lot quicker. Now, sometimes it's hard to go grocery shopping and it's hard to, be in
Yes.
places because I'm picking up so many different energies so quickly that, I don't think I'm there yet to start walking up to people, but it may start happening because that's the next joke in our family that no matter where I'm, I also do some private driving for our establishment here, but I can be in the car and completely have a whole reading with them. And next thing you know, there goes my business cards. So, it
Good.
helps.
Yeah, it does help. And
Or a lot of
you,
people will comment, how did you know that? Did you always know these things? And how old were you? And are you scared? And I said, well, no.
yeah,
Everybody has the gift, to be honest. Everybody has.
right.
It's all within. It's we were all born with it. It's part of our soul. It's
Mhm.
enhancing on it and being around people that are in your community that like yourself, Julie, and others, and Missy. And when you start being around the same people, it allows you to have further growth. It allows you to expand.
Yeah. And another person, and we've got to mention, that you met first was is Susan.
Susan,
And Susan introduced you not only to her first book, but the second book.
yes.
and you will be going there. And you've met Don too, but you didn't
Yes.
talk to him as much. But Susan's come up to you and says you're a medium. And
Yes,
told
and
you.
I did. I will tell you, I did fight it for a little bit, and I think it. My grandmother was a psychic as well, and hers was a little bit more enhanced, where she actually had people walking into the room. And I think when I knew that at a young age, I kind of said, "No, that's not what I want." I lost my father in 2018 and my mother in 2020, so it was quick, and I kind of tried to shut that down for a little bit. But I'm not. I'm more wanting to feel the experience, and being around Susan and Julie, it showed me that, you know what I'm feeling is valid, and yes, they're standing there. And we were in my kitchen, and I looked at Julie. I said, somebody just walked by me, and I could feel them, and it was the same thing that I kept feeling. And I always said it was my dad. And you're not supposed to, whatever first comes to mind, whatever you feel like.
Yes.
And everybody has it. I'm sure that anybody that's crossed over, your ancestors, I'm sure that everybody's had this type of experience on their own, and it's validating. We're not alone. They crossed over, but they are still here. And
Now,
I look forward to the communication now. I can't wait to get better at it, because I can't wait to communicate more with all of them.
I have a question. Do you have a candle nearby you?
I have incense burning, but
Okay,
I
because no, I keep seeing something go past, but it's lighter than smoke. I've seen it twice. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but right in front of her, I've seen not quite orbs, but going across
my
the
cousin
front.
just died 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It could be.
I'm
And then
just letting you know, but it is white. It is beautiful. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm seeing it. So I don't know if anybody else is. Please let me know if you do see anything near her.
thank you.
Let her know too.
I would
And
appreciate it.
well, and when your dad was in, you felt him go by, and
Oh,
my
she said she did. Who's Lizzie? Saw it.
oh, you're not the only one. Good, good, good. Thank you, Lizzie. I didn't think I was, but I know that a
Thank you.
lot of you are in tune too, so that you would see it. Wow, I don't see it. That's okay, Andrew. It's okay. Just keep watching and see if you see a very light movement across. You'll know it's totally different. Um, but what were we? Oh, when he was in at your house, I just said it's a male. I knew it was male energy, and then
And I
when,
needed that. I need, and that was basically a class right there, because you were teaching me. You knew what it was, and once you said male, then I said it out loud. And I
and
think then, and I told her about his personality. He was a jokester. He was my best friend. Huh, can't say it without crying.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Believe me, I was on my granddaughter who passed away this last year. I was on her birthday, and it was very difficult
Hmm.
to not be emotional. And
Yeah.
you just had somebody pass, so being emotional right now is normal. So let it flow. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. But
And
I the funny thing is after I had told Julie a little bit about her personality, I took her to lunch, and I wanted to thank her for helping me out trying to do these little different pages. And we were just sitting there, and she said, "Did he like beer?" I said, "He loved beer." As a matter of fact, he was a bouncer. My family had bars in Cleveland, Ohio. So he told Julie, "Tell Tammy to order me a beer." And I said, "Oh my God, that's him.
yeah, he said, "Get me a beer." That was the first words,
Get
and
me a
then
beer." He
yeah,
said that in the hospital when he was dying. He goes, "Can you get me a beer?" That was like a thing.
yeah, and
So
I didn't see him clearly, but I saw an energy walking to the other side of the table. Now you got to understand, the other side of the table, there was a window, but he
mhm.
was standing there, and that's when he said, "Get me a beer."
At
And
least
I
he
just
always.
want,
The funny thing is that's true. He's always standing behind me, kind of like he brushes up against my back or my shoulders just to let me know. I think it's it reminds me of footprints in the sand sometimes. You're not alone.
yeah, definitely. And I put Bonnie's up there. So Bonnie, I would like to introduce you to Tamie. Bonnie just came in. She's in
Hello,
the
Bonnie.
Nashville, Tennessee, well, north of Nashville area, currently dealing with the snow and ice and the cold.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, I worked at American Airlines for, I was in the airlines for 30 years, and I know a lot of people that were getting stuck in the Carolinas.
yeah, and Rachel says that, and he still is with you. Yeah. Um,
Rachel, thank you.
and Rachel is in Dundee, Scotland.
Wow, that's my daughter's favorite.
Oh, okay. We're
Wow.
going to, most likely, a gentleman named Victor will be in, and Victor is from Sweden, just so you know. Anyway, say, where were we at? Oh, Bonnie. Bonnie, I was at Tammie's house, and I wanted to tell you this because we share something. Bonnie and I share something, and now Tammie's a part of that too because um, I utilized her restroom and I came out, and there was something sitting there on a table in between the bathroom and her bedroom, and instantly I knew what it was. It was the infant of Prague. So,
I
oh,
think
and
of my
awesome.
mom.
I worked for Ozark, TWA, and American.
Ah,
Bonnie did too. So
Southwest,
you have a
U.S.
couple of,
Airways, and American.
yeah. So Tammy is part Czech, just so you know. She's part Czech as well. Bonnie is part Czech.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that goes back
I've
to my,
been to Prague 7 times. And so I
wow.
feel I'm part Czech too, but that's beside the point. But I just want to let Bonnie know I was so excited. I was hoping you would be in last night for class and that Bonnie would be in so I could introduce you to
Oh,
because you have a lot in common as far as the Czech Republic.
mm-hmm.
But to see the infant of Prague in somebody's house, that was just tremendous for me. And
Yeah.
she goes, "No, that's the baby Jesus." And I put in infant of Prague, showed her, and it was exactly what she had there. So,
Yeah.
so I knew I was in the right
A
place.
staple in my family tradition.
Good, good.
It
Um,
is. And
do they
I kept mine. Yeah.
do they go back to the old country at all?
Not to my
Oh,
knowledge,
okay.
no.
And the others,
I think I want to now, though.
what?
I would
Oh
like to.
yeah. Um, I've told Bonnie I'd be glad to take her
Oh,
there
wow.
and be tour guide because there's a lot of things I know about the Czech Republic and Prague, and I know a lot has changed in the last almost 10 years. But
Everywhere.
yeah, um, the other thing that you and I have in common, or that I thought was great, was
I look deep in thought, says Rachel.
yeah, Tammy, you look deep. She does look deep in
Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
thought. It's good. Our our connection with owls. You have an owl outside your
Oh,
your house.
that was a yes. Corner.
Yes.
Um, Give me 1 second. The maintenance people are by here. I don't want the noise to be here. Hold on.
Okay. So this is how we met, and at her house, there's so many great things going on there. But she'll tell you more about the owl and the place we went to.
Which I wasn't
About
going to take her because it's also a pub, but it's a nice restaurant. It's kind of a
it
chain here
is.
in Arizona. He started off with Ziggy's Pizza downtown and Little Woody's, and now he has Night Owl. I
Yeah.
thought, okay, fine, we'll just go to Night Owl, and because we were actually talking, I was telling her about my owl feather and how I had found it in my abundance corner, and I had friends over, and they were like, "That's not an owl. Owls don't come out, and that's a duck." And sure, lo and behold, the owl I had left, and they stayed at the swimming pool, and dusk came, and they sent me pictures, and he was above my patio, sitting there, just sitting
Yeah.
there. I said, "Well, I guess," and they all looked at me, and they were like, "Only you, Tammy, only you." And I said, "Well, that's what you have to believe.
Yes.
When you believe, you receive."
And my next pet, I want it to be an owl. I know that's what I say. And no, not for the Harry Potter thing. I love
No.
owls. I'm telling you.
Well, I hear him sometimes at night. He'll be hooting,
Yes.
and I'm just like, "Oh, you're out there!" And I took some people that were in from Cleveland, and they just happened to be coming over to pick me up to go to breakfast and he, or to dinner, excuse me. And he was out there, and we went out and took a picture and recorded him. And he, doesn't like to be around people too much if he realizes you're there. But a lot of the radio stations here too have reported seeing him. So he's kind of like a little
Oh, celebrity. Huh?
he's a little celebrity lately.
Wow. And thank you for that, Wade. Welcome in. Well, Wade is in the Avondale area. Okay. So he's in this area. Again, we were talking about she will be at Missy's Mysteries, Wade,
Yes.
on the 21st of February. Just
Hmm.
so you know.
Yeah, there's going to be
That
a lot.
is from 11 to 5. Am I correct on that? I
I
think
believe
that's
so. Yes, and there's going to be a lot of great people there too that I've worked with in the past, and just a
I'm
lot
not
of
sure.
beautiful things too in the store.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Susan or Don are going to be there. I don't know.
No, Eric, I believe is
Eric?
the astrologist.
Oh, okay. Well, they usually have more than one reader. So I just
Yes,
need to say that.
yeah, unless it's Kira.
Yeah.
I think Kira might be there.
Well, Kira is, I can't remember the other one. She's usually on the further side than you. And there's usually two readers,
Oh,
Kira and what is his name? He's a shaman. He's not Eric. He's somebody else. Starts with a
ah,
T, I think.
yeah.
I'll
Oh, I
remember.
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I
Okay.
forget him too.
Yeah, there's usually about 3 or 4
I think
readers.
Sarah Strong's going to be there too.
Okay. Oh, that's right. She's going to be there.
Mhm.
And I have
Yeah, I like.
invited her to this too. Um, However, I know you've been psychic for a long time, but did your abilities help you in your corporate jobs?
I worked credit card fraud investigations for 12, 15 years with American Airlines. And my first thing my mom said was, "This is going to be like cheating for you because you're using your intuition at the same time of analyzing." So I had to keep them kind of separate. But there's a lot of things when you're analyzing theft and such for the company, but and revenue accounting. But it did come in handy because I actually did a little bit of interrogation too. They had me take calls for validation, and I weeded them out pretty quick. I was able to tell which ones were lying. And people would come in the hallway in the coffee room and say, "I love just listening to you talk."
Well, and one thing is when you do your job, no matter what it is, and you have these abilities, you might get insights, but you still have to prove them.
Exactly. That's why I said you could. It was a tool. It was an extra little tool to have, but I still had to go through the process of analyzing it correctly.
Yeah,
What was
and it
given from?
point you in the right
Yeah.
direction, which helps a lot, right?
Oh yes. Yes. Especially when you're talking to law enforcement and the banks.
Oh, I
Yes.
bet. And the people who are trying to commit fraud too.
That. Yeah. That I had to kind of like carry sage at my desk.
I bet. I mean, doing these lives, I always have selenite with me at all
Oh,
times.
nice.
I do have a sage spray that makes it easier too when I need it. So,
Misty has a nice one too at the store. I gotta pick one of those up again.
yeah.
If anybody has any questions or anything else that I mean, we're focusing on how it all became, and there's classes that you can take with Susan to to enhance on mediumship, as Julie, and such, and I will be doing that. But reading is pretty much every single day, whether
Good.
it's live, whether it's people calling me, of course, my immediate family. And, my daughter kind of has a streamlined to me. She works for a company out of Japan, and she works in California and lives in California. And there's many times I know as soon as she's calling, I kind of quickly go into reading mode, and then she'll call me back a week later. You're not going to believe this, what you said happened. Well, I don't think they're going to lie to me.
And that's it. You have to trust in what you're getting.
Yes. And it's helped her in many ways. And it's helped her stay focused and not take it so personally as well. And that's when they say, there's so many different scenarios. There could be somebody that even with, different girlfriends and such, it could be a business. Talk to me about my business. Talk to me about, my relationships. Sometimes there is such things as, should I stay or should I go? And there's a difference between being a psychic, and then this is something I was always taught, never to put my own opinion in. So when my opinion is sometimes asked, I immediately channel back down into letting them know that what I'm giving you is what's being said, and how you, because of the free will, decide to handle that. It's your choice to stay or go. Whether and I was referring to a divorce. Sometimes those are real hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, wow.
you come across.
This is what Lizzie sees.
I have to say, in your right shoulder. So this is my right.
Right.
I see hand. My third eye, it's hurting. After I text, I feel better. I don't know if you feel it or not, but I needed to say that.
And thank you, Liz. Thank you, Lizzie Ann.
Thank you.
But she's seeing a hand with a third eye. So that's isn't it the evil eye or something? I can't remember what the hand with the third eye in it. Anyway.
Well, that's protection.
Oh, my third eye is hurting. That's what she
Yeah.
said. The hand is protection, yeah.
Thank you, Wade. I have an honest glow.
Yes.
I didn't do a lot of makeup today. I had an event yesterday. Thank you. I hope the honest glow looks a little oil-of-a-layish too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting it.
So
It
hand,
better.
you don't mind me
Yeah.
asking, do you think that the hand is of an ancestor like Archangel Michael, or do you think of it being, an angel as an Archangel Michael, or do you think the hand may be one of the sisters?
That's a good question. And
If you
I
were
know
able to answer on that.
my father, when he's in, I feel his hand on my right shoulder. And the
Interesting.
reason I do is because every time I said goodbye to him as he was slowly declining with dementia, I would put my right hand on his shoulder
Mhm.
as I left for the day, on his right shoulder, and say,
Well,
I'll see you tomorrow. So,
yeah. It's funny because when I told you about his personality, he, even when I cried when he left, when he died, my aunt would always say, Tammy, he's not going to want you crying. And I said, I know, but I can't. And that would be something he would do. He would always try to make me laugh. Quit your crying. It's going to be okay. Always was like that. He never liked when I cried.
yeah. Well, and crying, each of us needs to cry every once in a while. I mean, it's cleansing. It's
Yes.
cleansing for the soul. So,
Yes.
if you can't cry,
My cousin that just crossed over was his niece, and
oh yeah,
so I'm sure, she wasn't one of the kind of people that probably believed in all of this, but I know that she knows.
she knows now.
Yeah. I could, and it's funny because I woke up this morning and I kind of heard her say, "That's what you do."
Yeah, that's great. That I'm glad that you're feeling her in a positive way right now, because a lot of people go into transition and it takes them a while to come back. But at least
I think
she
because
acknowledged
she
that.
had, I think she, sadly, she was a little obese, and I think her heart just, she had that massive heart attack, and my aunt found her, but I think it was just very quickly, very quickly.
Yeah. And how old was she?
She was only 63, And she actually died in our grandparents' bedroom. So I told my aunt that lives here in Arizona when I got the phone call, I saw my grandmother, and I really don't think about, which is my father's mother.
Mhm.
Um, don't think of her as often as I probably should have, but she, I was kind of young when she passed. Um, and we were close, but not that close. And I think, I remember when I got the phone call, I saw them. So I think they just came and took her away
Yeah,
in a peaceful way.
that's good.
Yeah.
And and hopefully she didn't suffer at all. But as you said, it was a peaceful way. So
Yes, ironically, she had her oxygen mask on, and she said her chest had hurt, and she went to sit down on the bed, and my my aunt said that she kept calling her name, and she didn't come back into the kitchen, and she went back to the bedroom, and that's when she found her. So I think
mm,
it happened pretty quick because it wasn't more than 10 minutes that she had been sitting there.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, more about you. Is there a story um, of some of the things, some of the intuitive or psychic things that you would want to share with us to show us how what you went through?
I just recently had a girlfriend that actually was going to get a divorce, and I'm leaving him, and I found out he was cheating, and blah blah blah. And she came over here. She didn't know. She was actually helping me sell some stuff that I had from Cleveland since my parents passed. Um, what I was this? I'm sure it's for protection for you. I look. If I look at you, I see you are loved by many. Warm feelings comes from you. Oh, interesting. I appreciate that a lot. Um, anyways, she had come over to my house, and we were picking things up, or posting things on Facebook of what I wanted to sell, etc. Long story short, she's seeing my angel cards, and she said, "You always say you're going to these events. What are you talking about? How do you do it?" And I said, "I am a psychic." And she just looked at me. She goes, "Huh? What? She's known me for years. 15 years through the airlines." And she goes, "How come you never told me?" I said, I never told a lot of people in the business world because I really didn't care for others' opinions at the time. I did my own stuff on the side after I left work at American Airlines, and you know, now I don't. It's not to be hidden anymore, and shame on me for doing that for so many years. Or I don't. I'm not saying I was ashamed of that because I was not. It was more like a protection for myself of what others would think. Some people don't believe in it. And, you know, I've learned that the naysayers are going to be that way. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Yes.
So there's going to be always doubters. And um, when I do, even when I do big events, I did a 50th party in Malibu. Go to this story first. And the woman that I had seen, she says, "I just can't believe it. I want you to be at my party, and we're, paying you and a violinist, and they're going to have all these different events or people there." I said, "I'd love to." And her birthday is in October. So, of course, I had a little bit of Halloween theme as well. And she sent a gentleman out. I had a room that she was sending people, and I was just doing quick 15 minutes. And he sat down, he kind of folded his arms back, like he was going to challenge me. And I kept calm. And I let everybody know, you don't have to do this. I explain a little bit what I do. I shuffle the cards. I ask you to ask a question and or make a wish because they can correlate with each other sometimes. And then I'll present the cards, whether it be a 3 or 5 card draw, and I let them know that whatever message is meant to come through will come through. And then I'll open it up for questions and, whatever you want to speak about. And he goes, "All right, well, I'll try this. That's fine." And he kind of just had his hands folded like he was going to fight me on it. And I was like, "Please send something that only he would know." And it came through. I was grateful. And he kind of just It was about his horse racing and things that his friends at the party didn't even know, and a business too that he had or inherited from childhood. Um, they were racehorses, and he went back in the room, and everybody went back in. Then I was finally over, and they invited me in to have a drink and some food and things like that. And I could just see him looking on the corner of his eye, and he was still. He was in awe. He was in. And my girlfriend came out to me. She goes, "You got him. You got him. He believes." And then people always say that, "Oh my gosh, you got him. You nailed it. Held on." And it's not a game. People take it sometimes as a game, and it's not. It's real. It's it'll sometimes funny things will come in, and that's just to bring them more to peace and get them more grounded so that I can channel more in what needs to be said. And then they relax, and then they realize this is not a bad thing. This woman's helping me, and
Right.
good things are coming in. That as far as the mediumship too, I was at Misty's. I did an event. I think that was December's or November's, whatever it was, and we didn't have one. We didn't have Susan. We didn't have a medium in the house.
Oh,
And Missy came by and she said, "Tamie, why don't you tell a little bit about what you do?" And she sat down. Hi, Julie. And after she sat down, her sister basically sat right next to her. And the funny thing it made me think is that was the day that they gave me the seat by the window. And
okay.
interesting enough, energies, I'll pick up on things a lot when I'm doing dishes, when I'm doing laundry, when I'm in the shower. They love to just talk. Water's receptive energy, and it's happened. Um, but her sister came in, and I was able to speak to her, and she goes, "Wow, but you're not a medium?" And I said, "Well, it's not that I can't. I just don't have to advertise it. I'm not as I'm learning how to do it better, because there is sometimes that there's spirits that come in, and I do medium actually a lot. I just don't even realize that I'm doing it. So it's
Yes.
now I need to steer towards being more grounded. When I'm done doing that, you have to release that spirit, So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm being educated on how to enhance the gift that I already have. If that makes any sense.
It does make sense.
Hopefully I explained that more correctly.
Yeah.
I had a woman that came in and did a long reading, and her mother crossed over, her father crossed over, and we were sitting in like a dining room area, and there was a sliding glass door, and I kept feeling it getting closer, and I said, she started to ask about her father, and I said, "Well, he's standing at the sliding glass door, but he won't come in." And he kind of had his head down, and I told her, I said, he's got a lot of homework. He definitely has a lot of homework that he's working on, and he's crossed over, but he was like in a holding pattern, kind of like a flight pattern. You're in a holding pattern before you land. And she said, "Well, I've been praying for him to get out of purgatory." Well, I had that going to Catholic school, and then all of a sudden it disappeared. So whether you believe it or don't believe it, maybe it still exists. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But I said, "Well, that explains it." And she said, "Well, my mother's not with him." I said, "No, because your mother's already in a place." She goes, "Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense, because he wasn't a good person to her mother, and he hurt her. I won't go into full detail, but it explains the position that he was in, where the mother was already, you know, in a glorious place. Let's just say there was a difference. And say he was in a bad place. I'm just saying it was. They just kept saying he has some homework. So
Yes. And some people do have a lot of homework to do. Other people do not. So
they do it here on Earth, and when they understand it, it's just a place to go. I said I'd like to be an Earth Angel when I'm done. I'd like to come back as an Earth Angel. That would be a great gift to have.
yeah. Harley has come in, and Harley is in Massachusetts, and Victor is in the house. So, and I
Well, Harley, I went to the Witches of Salem a couple times. Always wanted to go, and I was telling Julie, I went in there one time. This was, oh, probably maybe 7 years ago, and 7, 8 years ago. And I sat down, it was a long line to get in. And I sat down and she looked at me and she goes, "Oh, welcome home, sister." And I kind of just froze. And
Yep.
she's just like, "You're a white witch." And I used to like, I don't like being called a witch, but I understand the difference now. And second time I went in, there's different people and everybody's getting readings and things like that. And the woman shuffling the cards and she said, "Why am I doing this? This is your job. This is what you should be doing this for me." I was
Yes.
taken back and I'm like, okay, this has to happen. And I will say what kind of maybe suppressed it as well is I was living with somebody that didn't believe. And I will tell you now that I'm by myself and have been, um, being around your community, being around Julie, being around Missy, being around the kind of people that share the gifts that you do allows you to expand. And I breathe and see it now consistently. When there is different negative energies, you know that there it's hindered sometimes. You're protected. I'm protected. I could still do it when I left, when I left and maybe did events in other people's homes. But um, realistically, I couldn't do it in the own place of my own home. Sometimes in my own bedroom, yes, but it was a little bit more difficult. So what I'm saying is be careful where you share your energy. People say that and you hear it, but are you really listening to what that actually means? Because it does mean something. When you surround yourself with more positive people and more positive energy and people like yourself, or you're not always going to be around the people that share the same gift as you, but then you're going to teach others how to do this, and you're going to allow people to be more positive and feel better about themselves. And wouldn't that make the world a better place? I mean, realistically, and we're sitting here doing this together, but we could do it, eat it, think it, breathe it every single day, and realistically, that is it. Our souls are walking around. They have been. This is our shell, but it's
Yeah.
our souls that are making an imprint on our life, on everybody else's lives, including our own.
Yes. And before I
Excuse me.
pop up, agreed. Um, Harley says Salem is geographically beautiful, but the energy is felt there.
Yes, and he's right. I just got chills.
Harley
He's
is a
right. There's
she.
certain areas that I will say probably made me very sad, and you know why? You know, they
Yeah.
weren't
Well,
they
I
weren't
like,
allowed to be psychic. They weren't allowed to be,
yeah,
you know.
right. And I know you don't like the word or be called a witch,
I'm
but
okay with it now. The
well,
white witch.
right.
I
But
want to
there
be
was,
Glenda, the good witch.
yes, yes. Every once in a while on Facebook, it pops up and it breaks down women, um, and I can't remember the words that it spelled out witch, but it was very strong and very positive for women. So because we were healers, we were
Hey,
not witches.
there you go. We are healers, and that's advocating for the women that have crossed over. They're
Yes.
with us too. When I got there, um, was it Harley that said that there is some horrific energies there, and ones that I didn't want to expand on, and but there was also, I think it's comforting for them to have somebody like myself and others, Julie's and our community kind of people there, because it's their way of being okay of how they cross over. Oh, look, now it's being talked about. Now they can actually be witches. Look at all the
Yeah.
beautiful witches that are here.
Yeah.
So I think it brings them peace when somebody like ourselves comes there. Don't you
Yes.
think, Harley?
Yeah. And well, Harley is in Massachusetts. She is female. I know Harley, the name doesn't, and she has another name too, but she pops up as Harley. And she's part of our Tuesday night. So you will meet her when you come Tuesday night.
Lovely.
When you come next Monday, I'll make sure that you're in a room with Harley and she'll read you. And she's a
Oh,
medium, and she tries to suppress her medium when she's told to do a psychic reading.
she
However, she can't.
say that again.
She attempts to hold back her mediumship when she's told to do a psychic reading, but she can't because all these entities come in.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
she
I
found
was.
that out last night.
Huh?
So
I think they go hand in hand. And there was me that was fighting it. You know, I didn't put down, oh, I'm a medium, but I am, but I'm
yeah,
both. And that's, you know, I don't fight that anymore. I don't want to say fight. I don't just, you know, discount it anymore. You know,
yes, I like
it's
that.
for me. And if it helps somebody, when Julie saw my father, I broke down immediately, cried. I was like, "Oh my God, he's here!" People kind of looked around in the restaurant like, "What is going on with this woman?" And I looked at her. I said, "You just gave me the best gift ever. I had wanted that for so long, and now I'm like, well, no need to be selfish. I should be doing this for other people. Just how it made me feel. I would love to have everybody feel that way. So I know that I'm going to expand on this, and I can't wait."
Yeah.
Um, there was another time I was in a shower, like I said, water, in my aunt's home that she had leased, and we were selling it. But behind her property was um, where they like a hospice home where they caretake people, and there was a lot of people that crossed over.
Yeah.
And she had called me one night scared, and she said, "Tamie, I'm telling you this. There's a man an old man that's just walked through here. And the spirits were really vivid. You know, thank God we sold that house. But there was one part of the hallway that I couldn't go down. Well, one day they had all left, and I was waiting. I had to take a quick shower, get ready, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, I heard very loud, very vividly, "Excuse me, could you help us?" Or could you help me? And I thought it was my aunt or my cousin that came back in, and they were coming back. I was in the bathroom, and I opened the shower curtain. There was nobody there, visual to my eyes, but
Right.
there was somebody there. And that was the first time I had ever had that. And it was very strong, very loud. That was, so going back to what you say, Harley, you are spot on. And there is certain energies that allow you to pick up quicker. I think I'd be the one that would be a good candidate to do haunted house or spirit things like that. I definitely probably couldn't shake it off when I was done because you're right, they all come in and talk. But
Well, I can assure you, you can shake it off. You just have to know you can when you go
right.
into it. Because I've been in different places. I've been into a boarding house down in Bisbee, Arizona, and there was no one staying at that room at the. It's basically a bed and breakfast. No one was staying there that night. You're the first in, so you choose which room you want. I went into every single room to find out which room I wanted. And the first one I went into, murder suicide. So double
Oh,
murder suicide. And it's like
oh,
I walked in, turned right back out. Nope, not that one. What's next? I just kept
mhm.
going until I found one that worked for me. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can do it. I know you can. Tammy
yeah.
can do
Thank
it.
you. So,
Also,
by the
one
way, Tammy, there's also a woman around you. She likes what you do and finds it fascinating, a happy spirit. So, we were just talking. I don't want to say think. Now, my mother, like I said, crossed over, but she loved and believed what I did, because she wrote things down that, came to pass. Like, see, my daughter's has the ability too, I believe. I think, if anything, because I heard my cousin this morning, oh, that's what you do. I think it could be her that just died 2 days ago. So, that happy spirit, I think she's happy for me now that she understands. I went by a haunted house. It used to be a boarding house. Yes. I did a lot of those. I did.
my
Uh,
feet were bloody, yet my socks were still bleach white. Wow. And that's in Massachusetts, right? Just wanted to check on that.
I did the Churchill one. What was the house that was built? It's in San Jose, I think. I used to go to a lot of those different ones too. Ones in Cleveland, the homes, or the president's homes. I love to go in the president's homes. I love history and
yes, I do.
historical buildings, and I think what it is I feel it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I sold my first house in Mesa, Arizona, when I was getting divorced, and this is 20 whatever, 2006, 2007. Long story short, the Asian man that bought it, when he walked in, he looked at me and he touched the walls and he says, this is a happy house. The house wants me to tell you that they're sad that I was leaving, that I was crying. And ironically, I was on the board for the association. I was on the board for the school, and I had a lot of events in my home, and always was welcoming people. When we moved, I consistently, I always got phone calls from people. It's not the same without you here. The neighborhood events, the kids' Halloween parties. And it was a happy house.
Good.
It was. When I had my nanny in there, I had babysitters, and I'd go to work. I would come home sometimes, and the babysitters looked like they just saw a ghost. Well, they did.
Wow.
And they would be this. I had a winding staircase up to my twins. I had twin babies, my twin sons, and I can't tell you how many babysitters would say, "There's somebody walking in by their bedroom. We keep seeing somebody." I said, "Well, that's just their angels. They were born 2 months premature, and they were not supposed to live." And it was recorded, and they wanted me to sign a death certificate actually, and I ripped it up and had an emergency C-section, and they stayed in the hospital a while, and now I have one that's an ICU nurse and one that works for the county, so they have a purpose, just like their mother.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for coming in, Lizzie Ann.
Yes, Lizzie.
If you can make it back in about 7 minutes, we will take a break and then she'll be back to do reading. So whoever has a question, please put it in now. I do have 11 people pinned. I have you pinned as well, Lizzie, but please let me know you're here on either my personal page or any of the other channels that I have. Please let me know what your question is. Thank you. And then we'll get you started. All right. So hopefully you can stick around, but if you can't, and we're still waiting on KK to get in. I'm sure she's coming, but she'll be a little bit late. But Victor did make it. Okay. Let's go. All right. Yep. Hey, lovely souls have to go. What was it? Yeah. Oh, did I put this one up yet? Oh, I think I did, but when I got home, yeah, I got that one. All right. Okay, so we're caught up on those questions. Wow. Yes. Please let us know a little bit more about the happy person you see, happy female you see for her. And yes, we know that female energies are not necessarily a female person, but Harley does have great clairvoyancy. And so she's seeing a woman. It is a woman, just saying.
Could it be my cousin that crossed over? Or could it be my mother?
Okay, and what is your cousin's name, please?
Patty M. Trisha. Patty
Okay.
M.
And I know right now she's typing away. So as soon as Harley has an answer there, I'm sure she'll post it for us. Okay.
My Nona, the one going back to when I was a little girl, I was 2 years old.
Oh.
There's she. Oh my God. I said grandmother at the same time she typed it.
Uh-huh. She was typing it as she was saying it.
Yes, my Nona was the psychic, and her mother was the one that gave birth to twins. Her mother, my prima Nona, my great grandmother, how I was able to skip a generation. her second twin died in her arms on a train um, in Pennsylvania. Strep throat was, not sometimes quickly curable back then. You
Right.
So Italians have a way of doing things with names. I don't remember how the whole deal is. Because I didn't enhance on it myself, but her name was Leona, the one that died, and the twin that was still alive, Jenny. Um, when my Nona was born, my grandmother, she named her Leona, which to the twin that was still alive, it was like replacing her sister that died, and she didn't like that. So those two never really got along. But Leona is my grandmother, and my great grandmother that crossed over when I was a little girl. I had seen exactly what she had been buried in. I wasn't at the funeral. I was just a baby, 2 years old when she died. I remember her sitting in my bed. She came and told me about um, a shot. What it was, I couldn't say words too much at 2 years old, but what the thing was her daughter, my Aunt Jerry, had owned a restaurant, which was hers, Palmina's, and there was a drive-by shooting, and the shot just missed my aunt, the gunshot. Well, I had woke up and my mother was on the phone. I was 2 years old, walking into our, kitchen in the apartment, and I kept telling my mom shot, and she said, she was on the phone with my Nona. She said, oh, she's probably thinking we're going to go to the doctors and get, immunization shots or whatever. And then my mother hung up with my grandmother, and my grandmother called back and said, Carol, there was just a shot at the restaurant, drive-by shooting, and that just missed Jerry, her sister, you know. So Tammy saw, and she kept saying, I saw my grandmother sitting on my bed. She came and told me shot, the shot. When I gave birth to the twins, I couldn't touch them or hold them because they were being incubated, but she came, sat on my bed. I was in the room by myself, and it was her way of saying, yours live. Your twins live.
Yeah.
You can't make that up.
No, you can't.
For her and I mean, you talk about ancestors. People say history repeats, but sometimes it doesn't.
Or it skips generations too,
It
like I
does.
was talking about earlier. Yeah.
And I think there's many ways that,
She had aunt energy, which could mean that it's coming from
oh,
her aunt, and that could be her cousin.
okay, say that again. Where are we?
Uh,
Funny thing is that when I saw the first woman, she had an aunt energy, which could mean that it's coming from her aunt, and that would be her cousin. Well, my aunt's the one that found her. That's my dad's sister. Ironically, she's the oldest, and she's going to be 90. And I knew she would outlive everybody. I saw the whole thing. My mother used to, what do you see, Tammy? What do you see? My mom would always like help me and enhance me, or make me use my gifts. And I said, I saw my Aunt Carol dying first, which was their sister. She died of cancer. And then I did see my dad. I knew he was going to be next. I knew he wasn't, and he's the baby. I didn't think, that was very difficult seeing that. Because like I said, sometimes you see things that you don't want to see. And I knew she'd outlive everybody. And that's what's going on right now. Nobody was shot, Harley. Oh, the person that actually did get shot.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how it took place. I just remember.
Oh, I have no idea where she went. Hopefully, she'll be back. Please come back. There she is. That happens sometimes. Sorry about that.
Oh,
It's usually the internet.
yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, they didn't enhance on if somebody actually did get shot, but left. Okay, yeah, possibly. I don't know. I didn't hear how it actually happened. Um, Yes, she's Italian, of course. Valmina's. What is this?
What? Don't worry about the sherry burst that I put in.
No.
Okay. Which one?
Can I see below? How do I see?
You should be able to move your screen. You um you should have two different chat ones. I don't know where yours is coming in. What does it? What are you seeing?
I'm
Harley, you
missing.
wanted to see?
Oh, here they all are now. Okay, yeah.
Okay, you got it. Okay,
Okay, so it's my son showed up. Harley, excuse me, left side. Okay.
left side. Usually with the left side, um, she said the person that was shot on the right side upper stomach,
Yeah, and
and
then
she
she
says,
said left.
"Excuse me, it was the left side." Yeah.
Right. But I think there
Okay.
was something below that, and it won't let me.
Okay, and then the next one she says yes. So whatever you were saying, she agreed about. And then the other ones below that, Sherry.
For some
Okay,
reason.
the last one she's got. Wow, to Sherry. Okay.
Oh, Tommy DePola is a children's author. Is his famous book, Stragonona. Oh,
Oh wow. And besides being intuitive, a medium, psychic, and so on and so forth, she's also an actress, and she knows more than one language, which is great.
wow.
And Sandra, welcome in, welcome in.
Hello, Sandra.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't take our break, so we're going to take a
No.
quick break, and the readings begin. Are you
All
ready for
right.
it?
Get the questions.
Yep. Oh, hello, Pedro. Yeah, put your questions in. I have a lot of people on the list, but those who get questions. Oh, hi, Letty. Welcome in.
It's the
We're
psychic
gonna,
squad.
yeah, we're gonna we're gonna take a quick 2 minute break.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Hello. I'm back. Tammy isn't. It took a while for it to close out. Oh, hi, Amy. Welcome in. Uh, and Amy, if you have a question, please put that in too. Now, I don't know how quick. I mean, I've had a quick reading from Tammy, but I don't know how quick she's going to be able to do the readings, but we'll get as many people in as we can.
Absolutely.
And medium Amy is also here. And before we get started, let me put her, let me encourage everyone to like and follow her Facebook page. She doesn't
Please.
have
I would
another,
appreciate that. Thank you.
she only has one channel right now, but she has less than 100, so she can't go live with it yet. So please, I know that 2 people have already logged on or added themselves to yours, so that's a
Thank
good
you.
thing. Yeah.
You know what's really
And
funny, Julie? I just realized that picture that we picked,
yeah,
the window is behind me.
yes,
Good energy.
it is good energy. And it brings a beautiful light in too. If you
Mm-hmm.
can see how you're glowing, and it's
Yeah.
not just from the window.
Aw.
And it's what was it Wade who said earlier that you were glowing? So yeah. Okay. And I would like a reading too. We would like your questions. She does like to have the questions to read you from. Okay, not just your energy. Okay,
Yes.
I'll close that out. And
Good morning, Amy.
yeah. Okay, so let me get and I did put you guys the ones who came in earlier, even Sandra, I've got you guys on the list, but again, if you don't have a question in, we will skip you. So just want you to know. All right, let's see who we get. See who we got first. Now Brenda was the first one in. Brenda, did you have a question? If you do, please post. Same with Pam Shore. Andrew had a question. Let me find Andrew's question. I think I saved it. There it is. So Andrew's the first one. Andrew, are you still here, please? About a year ago.
My
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah.
Those are my number. About a year ago, I made a specific wish request from the universe. Then 6 months ago, I started seeing 11, 11, 12, 12 constantly, daily. Is this an indication I'm in alignment for it or to be granted? Definitely in alignment for it. 111 is manifesting. Careful how your thought process is. When there's because what they're showing me is those slides that the kids used to sit on and the teeter totter used to go back and forth. There's a lot of teeter tottering going on right now, and it's not so much self doubt. It's practicing to let it go, because sometimes you're like, well, it hasn't happened yet. Um, why is it taking so long? I've had the same experience myself, and it's starting to take off now. And I think there's a lot of people that can probably compare this as well. 2025 was a lot about shedding. Right now, we're just getting into February. So January's, anything after January 26th, and we've got the new moon, or excuse me, we've got the year of the horse coming in and such, and the new moon. We just finished our full moon. So there's a lot that had to take place in order for the divine to step in now and give you what your wishes are to be granted. I will say on one of them, here's the best way to explain it. You didn't give enough direct explanation as to how you want what you actually wanted. So I can say, I want a red car. Well, what kind of red car? What do you actually? You have to kind of actually believe it in the now, and yours is still indecisive at the moment, because now I just saw the sign of Libra, the scales again. Yours is there's a lot of teeter tottering going on. Alignment, yes. Direct manifestation, I would say that you need to get a little bit more in tune with what it is actually that you want. Because there's 2 things that are coming in too that you asked about, and they're not about each other. Can you enhance on that if you would, please, Andrew?
It's a little bit of a delay, so it takes a
No.
little bit of time to get that. So just remember what you asked him and remember to write it out exactly what you're talking about. Because sometimes they give us one word answers and it doesn't help. It's like, oh, what do you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you want me to go real quick over to here it says, is it Joe?
No. We stick one person and get done with them first. I know sometimes we don't. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Letty, for your question. I will pin it. Okay. Yes, I said no one word questions, please.
Answer.
But he was agreeing with you.
Okay. Okay. So you're validating.
Yes. Okay. So what else are you getting for Andrew? Anything else?
For Andrew, Andrew, it's kind of like I said, you're going to have to get a little bit more directive. You kind of put two things out there, and you were waiting to see which one was going to happen first. They can both happen at the same time, but you have to give it a little bit more directive, and don't say, well, if this one doesn't happen, at least I get this one. And there's, like I said, if you put yourself in more, they're giving you alignment. If you put yourself in more of the direct motion of, I already know this is happening, this has already taken place, and living it as a now, it has. It's sitting there on the surface. It's like the boat that's waiting to come in, is what I'm seeing. So the boat's getting ready. He can see land. He can see it, but he hasn't arrived yet. So there is what I'm seeing.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense it makes sense to me what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's go to yes. Pedro. To me, it's easier to say his name Pedro than I think it's Joe, but I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's he or she. I'm just saying. My question: what is coming to me for the upcoming months in terms of recognition, money, love, health? Well, one question: whatever she's getting from there.
It's funny you used recognition. I went to an event. I was telling Julie for the Year of the Horse, and everybody had to go around and pick one word. A lot of people said abundance, happiness, love, and I picked recognition. Nobody else did, and that's what we're doing now. I'm getting the recognition. All three of those, right? Health, you got to be healthy. You got to be, well established and stuff in taking care of yourself. I'm going to say that it needs a little work there. Okay. Create a pattern, like today this week I, hike 3 days, or I go to the gym 3 days, that kind of thing. Eating consistently in a healthy way, clean way. I'm going to tell you, it clears the mind. It does. When you have it's okay to have a cheat day, but when you're not nurturing the body and the soul, it's not going to give off the same positive energy, because it's not going to allow you to feel more, in a better place. Your money comes with the recognition. You have to give self-recognition right now. This is a team thing. Is it a two-partner deal? Are you good with the partner? When you say recognition, what are you referring to here? Because I'm seeing partner. Is this a business?
Oh, okay.
I'm Scorpio, so I feel that something bad. Actually, Scorpios are supposed to be very grounded in money, so I'm going to say no. That's why they're saying you kind of have to release that negativity. I'll just be honest. When you feel that anxiety, it's more, well, sure. Do you know how many times in many angel books they say not to be around a bar because there's so many different energies there, right? And some can be bad. Okay, we know that. It's not a hidden secret here. You're picking up all these different energies. That anxiety that you got wasn't yours, so let it go. It's not yours, so please don't take it with you. It's no different than when I did fraud investigations, is the best analogy I can give you. there's times that I took it home, but you can't. You have to release that because that wasn't my energy. I did my job. I solved the problem, and now it's over with. You're trying to correlate everybody's energies into your own existence, and it's going to throw everything off balance. Everything, the way you sleep, the way you eat, the way you work out or don't work out, all those things. And if you're not nurturing yourself, there's, sitting there waiting for tips is not the answer. That's what they're saying. You have to be more creative with what you actually really want. You have the creativity. Scorpios, if anybody could put an idea in motion right now, it's you. So get going with it. And don't let that self-doubt go and everybody else's negative energies. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to start wearing black onyx or obsidian because you need to start repelling that negative energy. And I did that every single day I walked into work. So you, of all people, needs to carry that. I don't care if you carry a stone in your pocket while you're working. It needs to be there.
Yep.
And a clear as well for cleansing. So that's my sign that they're showing you. There's just too much around you that you're absorbing it. And you're confusing it with what actually is yours. So don't let other people's define yours.
Yeah.
I hope I answered that correctly for you. I imagine things do, and normally I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to do the creative job.
Oh, he imagines, I think his creativity comes up and he's too afraid to.
That's what they're not going to stop with that. Release the other people's energies because your creativity is within, and I actually see a lot that you could work with. Take the chance on you is what they just said. You can't fail. Either it's a good idea that is going to work, and by knowing that it's going to work, it will. And even if it needs something to be enhanced on later, you're going to learn. Well, if I try it this way, it's no different than cooking something that's new. You're going to keep tweaking the recipe. You're going to I keep seeing like the pots being stirred until it finally tastes the way you want it. And that's what this is. Make it to the way that you want it and that others want it. I don't know what field it is because you kind of have a lot. So you're going to have to pick one and go with that. I hope that helped.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, let me get rid of this so I can pull that up.
You will. Once again, self-confidence, self-love. The rest comes easy. Love yourself, love who you are, get the black obsidian on, attracting the other people's energies. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be like you're waking up and you're going to want to run a marathon because you're going to be rejuvenated again. And that's exactly what I see.
Definitely.
Take care of you, Pedro. Yeah. You got this.
It's John Peter. Sorry. John
Peter, I apologize.
Yeah. I only flashed that up for a little bit. I don't. Okay. Recognize yourself. Okay. Mm-hmm. You are the most important person in your life. Please.
Absolutely.
Sorry to put my 2 cents in there, but.
No, I would love it.
Okay. Who's next? I only had these two as far as questions. Did anybody else have another question? I know, Miss Carly, you can come up with a question quickly. I think that Amy said,
I love the pot is getting stirred, but keep stirring until you get what you want. That's exactly yeah.
And lately I haven't been worried a lot like I usually do about other people, but thank you. Yeah.
Yep. You're not realizing it. You're not worried about the other people. That's not what I was trying to get at. It was you're not realizing that some of the energies you're actually absorbing and they're not good. So you don't want them to misconstrue with your own good energy. So that's why I recommended the black obsidian.
Yep. Shungite, I mean, there's so many different ones you can use, but black obsidian are really nice. I'm going to grab mine for just in a second. But who else wanted a reading? Because there's a lot of you on that came in. Oops, let me go back to all comments again and see if we've got a reading question that came in when I was doing something else. Oh, I did want to put this up. The Libra is my niece who has been experiencing some self esteem issues, who recently lost weight. Didn't like the way she looked and wants to put it back on. That explains the waffling. Okay. So he's receiving her energy too. And he had said that I was very specific in my request. So I think that's the energy you are picking up on. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Andrew.
His nieces. Okay.
She
All right.
doesn't need to worry about the weight, by the way, because that actually could make her sick.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say right now that she needs to let it go and let it be done naturally. I'm not seeing you're talking like a forced entry, and you it's not good for the soul. It's not good for the body, and it could cause some damaging issues. It's kind of like you're taking all that away from the heart, and the heart was used to pounding a certain way and had that fatty tissue around it. And now you took it away, and she's operating at a better capacity. And now the heart's saying, why are you covering me up again? You know? So I'm not going to say my advice. They're saying, please just let it be. I'll
Yeah.
take care of it. Put it in God's hands this time.
And when she adds muscle, muscle weighs more than fat. Okay.
Absolutely. And I'm a devoted, I love weightlifting. That's my thing. That's my best recommendation also for her. You know, proteins. Feed the body proteins. Helps the brain too.
Yeah. Because fat is not is not that healthful or helpful, both. And so we have Letty. My cousin passed away, loving and caring man, and wondering if he has a message. There you go.
Are we done? Oh, this is Letty.
We're
Okay.
done. Yeah, this is Letty now. Letty GV. Yeah. And she's in Oregon.
He's talking about your childhood. Um, hey, remember when we used to play? It's like the sandbox, or it's something that you guys did outdoors, and you enjoyed it. And that's the way he feels right now. It's like a feeling of freedom. It's a fresh, like meadows, like um, almost like farmland. Um, so I would love to know what he's referring to as far as remember the good memories. Remember how we used to play. So there's the message. Remember the fun. Remember the fun. Um, can you tell me, Letty? Is this resonating? Because he's showing me your childhood with him.
Yeah, give me a second. Oh, yes.
You know, it's very calming too. Yeah. So take that throughout your day, he said. Remember us playing and laughing because it'll brighten your day as well. Oh my gosh, there it is at Grandpa's farm. Yes, yes, I just got chills. Yeah, yes, he said, "Aw, beautiful. I love it."
Down in Texas.
Hmm. Well, then now that makes sense. Yes, he took me there, and he live in childlike faith. He said. So when you live in childlike faith, you're able to. It's kind of like waiting for Christmas.
Okay.
I didn't know my phone was connected to my laptop. I apologize.
That's okay. That was pretty. Oh, that's funny. Okay. And we next have Miss Amy. Oh, thank you, Sandra, for adding yours. you'll be third. So if you put it in there before, I do apologize, but I went back to pick up Letty's and I didn't see any others yet. So next is, let me see, was it Harley or, okay, it was Amy first.
Yes, it is. Just lift it away. Thank you. Okay, Amy, I'd love to know any insights, cosmic advice about what's going on in February for me. Cosmic. You're more into universe and such. Okay, it's not a craft. I don't know what they're showing me here, but it's like something that you're starting, like a. It's not like knitting or things like that. It's something that it could be like a staple, that you're creating, like a type of packaging. I see stationery, something that you're. Something. What is it? If they're go, Amy. What is it that you're? I know that you're saying insights, but you're kind of you gave a whole ballpark, and I just want one baseball player right now. So can you tell me which is the one that you want more answers on? Because it's the ballpark's too big right now, and you have this little great project that you're starting. I'm kind of wondering why you're questioning it. Is she there?
Yeah, I'll give her a second or two. There it is. I'm moving, so the packing cracks me up.
Well, moving's a good thing in the good direction. Well,
Just things pop up. Don't worry. That's just me. Okay, let me pull that one up so it's easier. Okay.
I see it's in a good place. I see it's going to make for more expansion for you. So don't forget, this is something that you already set in motion for 2025 from what I'm seeing. I'm selling my house and looking for an apartment. I would love some advice on that transition. Okay, there's something. You need a lot of sunlight. I'll tell you that. There's where you're going to be picking. It's kind of like what Julie said, going into a room. When you're looking, you you pick up on a lot of people's energies, anybody's energies. So anybody that's been there before, where it's positioned, or if it's next to somebody, So you want apartments are rough. They're different. They're not your own home. Solid abode. When you're in an apartment, there's a lot of different people around. So when you do decide to get that apartment, my strongest thing that I can tell you, because they're telling me that you don't want to set yourself up where you're around this other person that's going to cause too much commotion for you to continue on to do your job. Anything that's like a real bad distraction is not going to work for you. So numbers going to play a big part. So whatever the number totals in for you, the apartment number, say like 805, it's a 13, it's a 4. Is a 4 good for you? So that's something you're going to have to look into. Selling the house and apartment. Well, the transition is going to be great, actually. You're going to have to start looking a little bit more, looking quickly for this apartment, though, because, there's a lot of them out there, and you're going to have to be very adamant with the apartment complex that you're living in. And, they could sit there and show you on the map, well, here's where your property is. No, I need to see it. I need to physically see it. I don't want you to just pick something because they showed it to you on a map. That's going to be very strong for you. You have to be careful with that because the energies around you, whether it be kids or a family, that there's a bad person in that relationship that's in that area, cannot be around you. You don't operate well with it, and it's best for you to stay clear. So please, and don't forget the lots of sunlight. You work better under lots of sunlight. So whether it be north, south, or notice it where you're at. You don't want it to be more, or well, I don't get a lot of sunlight in my apartment. You need sunlight. It actually enhances your energy. So I hope that helped.
Oh, I would like.
I see everything's kind of pretty much set in motion. But as far as your actual final destination of your apartment, you want to put a lot more energy into that right now. The transition is how you make of it. You already know it's going to be in a good place. Choose the right place.
Oops.
Yep. Yes, you do. Numerology does play a big part. They did say that. I also know when I walk in, my body tells me yes. So thank you for the affirmations, and I will look for sunny above. Bless you both. You're so welcome.
Yeah, the other there was something else about the apartment, and it popped in for me, Amy, because I know you. What was the question? I need your qualification for, Tammy, is: are we talking morning sunlight or afternoon sunlight, or something that takes both?
I'm going to say both.
Okay,
Yeah.
because here in Arizona, we know that north is an area that gets sun during the summer, and south gets some during the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have to be very careful about where we choose. So, what time of year do you, if you want an apartment right now?
Now is where the sun's at. Now, there you go.
Okay,
That's exactly correct. Now.
all right, because this is close to the equinox, so
Pardon
that
me?
it's closer to the equinox than it is
Mhm.
winter or summer. So yeah, even though we're still in winter, Arizonans understand this is not winter right now.
No, it's not. It's not at 84 degrees today.
No.
It was so warm out yesterday.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Amy, it was a pleasure.
yeah. Thank you,
Thank you.
and thank you for confirming which one was best because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I'm not here in summer. Right,
Oh, well,
exactly.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She calls herself a sweat bird. You've heard of snowbirds. She goes up north so she doesn't sweat.
Oh, I like it.
That's what she told
I
me.
like to be in California. I agree with you. You're so very welcome, Amy.
And thank you, Wade, too, for coming in, and all the things you do. I hope you did subscribe to Tammie's Facebook page,
Yes,
everyone,
please. Thank you.
before you leave.
Thank you.
Let me go back to pinned. All right, let's see who we've got. Sandra is next, and I have her. Hold on a minute. I just passed it by. Okay, Sandra, where are you? Question. Here it is.
Please, thank you. Is there a message from my closest cousin, Sherry? This one's kind of private.
Um,
This one's pretty heavy.
okay. Sandra, do you want to?
Can we talk
Oh,
about
well,
crossed
why
over?
don't you? Why don't you? Let me get this down. I think you're okay. Her email is up there. Okay, Sandra, could you take her email down? It's up right underneath her picture.
And
Angel Psychic Tamie G at
yeah,
Gmail.
I would be
Okay.
happy to get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
Because I need to look. has a lot to do with the crossing over as well. So
yeah, let's,
could be patient with that. I think it would be best.
yeah, let me see. Oh, 8 o'clock. Is that, yep. I know we're at 36. Was there anything else besides Sherry?
Because, yeah, ask her. Is there anything else besides the cousin?
Are you getting anything for her? Besides, is there anybody else stepping in or anything else?
She's she's not alone. You already know who she's with. She sees a lot of. She says you're in a lot of fear motion, and she doesn't want you to be. So there, like I said, that keeps coming in. Like it, nobody did anything wrong. It happened. Nothing else could be done.
Her mom?
Okay. Well, there's a couple females. Yes. Well, actually, she was close with your mom.
Uncle Ray? That doesn't sound like a female.
No,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be silly, but
no. She said cousin. So she just asking different people. She said my mom or my uncle. No, so now she's asking for different people. Is that it?
yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to go too much. Is her
Yeah, yeah.
mom saying anything at
I'm
all?
not seeing any males. No, I don't see an Uncle Ray. I do see the mom and the cousin that was sooner. She's happy. So I don't. I think it's more you're in the fear motion.
Yeah.
I don't see your dad right now.
No
No.
males.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think the message that the best that I can say for you right now until I speak to you further is don't be afraid. That's it. They just keep saying that. Um, don't fear. Um, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Sometimes this happens, unfortunately. I wish I could speak quicker with you. I know this is hard.
But email her so that you guys can talk about
Yeah, there's
your
some other
cousin.
personal things in there.
Yeah.
And I would be happy
Okay.
to do so, Sandra.
All right. So right now there's people around her. She's doing well. She's happy. They
She's
want you
more
to stay.
concerned about Sandra
Yeah.
taking on too much.
Yep. Okay. I hope that helps for now.
Yes.
Get a hold of her and you'll be able to get some more information.
Yes.
And more personal sort of way, not over the air and
Yes. I
with a
think
bunch of
that's
people
I
watching.
think that's key. And I that's what they're saying. So I have to respect that.
Yeah. And we have Lizzie Ann is back, and that was her question. Anything for me?
Lizzie, just keep being your funny self. They said you walk into a room and everybody is smiling. Smiling with you, smiling at you, seem to be a little bit more laugh it off kind of thing. And they're showing me the emoji this. Great job, great job. So yeah, I don't think you even realize how much you actually bring to the table, but there's a lot of gratitude here. A lot of gratitude. And it allows for more for you. It's like they're showing me the mirror. It's like you don't even realize you're seeing your own reflection. The good energy is coming right back to you. And what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. I love this. I love this. So it shows what a great, unique, funny spirit that you have as well. That brings a lot of joy to everybody. So they're thanking you. Thanks for doing such a great job over here, they said.
Oh, good. Okay, who's next? Anybody else have a question? Did I skip anybody? Because there's a lot of great chats in here. I appreciate that.
Excuse
We
me.
all appreciate the back and forth and the things. And Lizzie Ann says, thank you.
You are so welcome.
And I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Brenda, did you have a question? Are you still here? And let's see what we got. We got a few more minutes. Let me pop up the QR code for those who haven't gone over there. And yes, I would love people to go to Communication Connections on YouTube as well, because I need my numbers up as well. But she's just getting started. We need to get her to 100 as soon as possible so she can go live. All right. She's not streaming to her only channel at this time. So we need to get that going. All right. Let me check and see if anybody else is. Everybody's quiet all of a sudden.
Everybody's in Zen. Everybody's in a Zen place.
Okay. Oh, is Kay coming in? Kay, I see you're nearby. Oh, but I don't really have a question. Do you want anything? Brenda is a psychic squad person too for Tuesday nights. Also going for me on redefining the relationship with my sister, so would appreciate insights. Okay, one more question from Amy.
What was this also going on for me in February is redefining the relationship with my sister.
Yeah.
So would appreciate insights on that process. She's a little stubborn.
What, the sister or Amy?
The sister. The sister.
A little bit.
With that, I'm going to say what they just said is make sure you go in the back door. Don't barge in the front door. You know, it's kind of has to be gingerly approached. There's a common ground, you know, that you'll be able to agree upon. Amy's you're a good negotiator, actually. You really are. You know how to change the verbiage to make it sound like it smells like roses, is what they're saying. So you don't sugarcoat it to make it like, oh, well, you know, to get her mind off of it. You just make it sound so good, like the way it's being presented. It couldn't be bad no matter how you looked at it, because you put it in a way of, can't you see, like, this is the best way for us to do, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it, you know, comes out smelling like roses is what they keep saying. So I think it's going to be approach gingerly, approach it. Don't rush in the front door, go in the back door kind of thing. But at the same time, you don't have a problem with this. You're a good negotiator. You're real good at making it sound that everything's going to work out for its best. And it is. It is. I think you're getting more what ifs that don't even have to be there. So just erase the what ifs. Did that help?
Hope that helps, Amy. And this is Sherry Burris. And thank you, Sherry, for moving over. I did have you on Facebook, but I got distracted from it, watching it. Is there anything I need to focus on ongoing into this year?
Checkups. That got yelled out real fast. Lots of checkups, lots of the doctor's appointments, the annuals, that kind of thing, staying on top of things, taking care of you. This is a real important one for you. Sherry, I hope that you do everything that you should be doing, for yourself right now, because they immediately said checkup. So please, not saying something bad's about to approach. What I'm saying is if you're not consistent, something could take place, that could have been avoided. There you go. So why not take necessary precautions or learn some more homeopathic necessities and how to nurture the body? Because you don't realize nurturing the body is so important, but they're wanting you to stay on top of you this time. You're so worried about how everybody else is operating and all these things that you have planned, and that's great. But please stop and take the time for yourself, because they're saying she needs to just stop for a moment.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that's it. The checkups came in loud and clear. So, um, as far as doctor, I get it, and that's what's going to happen here. But you might be surprised that you're actually going to find more of a homeopath. They can be both. They can be both, but I'm going to say geared towards more of the homeopathic, because they really want you to stay on top of it. Don't let this one slide. They wouldn't have thrown that out there so fast, and that was like loud. You have to stop and take care of you and get it done. I know, I know my health history, unfortunately. So yeah, that is one of the focuses. Then you got it. That is them saying, I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're paying attention, because I don't want you to fall behind. Okay. So stay on it. There it is. That's exactly what they said. It's both.
Okay. Sherry, you're central Phoenix area to the west side, right? I think it's mainly central. If anybody has a recommendation for a primary care physician that you trust and that you feel is spiritually sound, please, and soulfully active, the words they gave me, please send the information to Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get a hold of Sherry direct, send it to me and I will get the information to Sherry. It's very important.
Yes,
We
it
all
is.
know we're
Yes.
a community. We are
Yes,
a
it
community.
is.
Do you have anybody that you would recommend?
Not in the Scottsdale area, because I recently am with United Healthcare Group, and I actually, as I wanted to say that, I couldn't, because I'm actually going through a little transition myself,
Okay.
and a lot of the insurances are dropping this United, or a lot of doctors and places, my sinus doctor included, are dropping my United Healthcare, so I have to find some. I'm in the process of looking for new people, so.
Okay. We are a community, so please, everybody pour in the information that you have.
Sherry, thank
I
you. And now I'm looking. Oh, wonderful! I'm so glad, Sherry. You're so welcome.
and I'm one with what I've got. I do not have to have a primary care, which
Pardon
is
me?
I do not have to have a primary care, and I'm so thankful. Yes, she's in Glendale. Okay. I'm so thankful that I can go directly. I don't have to have referrals. I don't have to have any of that stuff now. And I'm so thankful for that, because I don't have to deal with it. The last doctor that I've told
Yes,
everybody about,
everything's about referrals and everything. I know. I know. I'm doing a couple hoops myself right now.
30 years. Yeah, it's just,
Yes, my OBGYN retired as well, so I'm in the process of doing the same. So I feel your pain. It'll
a
happen. It
lot.
will.
Yeah.
It will. They're going to steer you in the right direction, because now you're on aware alert. Now you got your affirmation that they want you to stay focused on getting that done now. So no
And
lag.
you, yeah, yeah. And you're doing the, uh, the work.
Yeah.
Okay. And letting us know about it. Okay. The last one we have is Harley. So you ready, Harley? And thank you for coming over, Sherry. Appreciate that.
Yes, Sherry. Thank you. I hope everything works out.
And let us know, because if you need information, I'll keep asking and getting the information to people that were looking. Yeah, and I know of people in the healthcare industry, so hopefully we can find somebody for you.
Okay, so this is for both you and I, Julie. And my
Okay.
past souls have a message, since yours is more but higher strength. A message in regards to the paths that I would like to follow, and will they help me with obtaining what I need to get there? The tools that you need to get there, yes. You actually already have a lot of them. You don't need a whole lot more than you're you're overanalyzing. There's the good word. You're overanalyzing actually at the moment. There's actually a lot of tools that are within that you're not going to have to worry about obtaining. Julie, your thoughts?
Well, basically, I can read Harley anytime. So this is all you. Even though she was addressing both of us, she knows that she can get a hold of me anytime.
I think that there's a lot more than she actually realizes that's sitting there in front of her. They're not saying she has to go and search for them. I don't see any search buttons. I don't see any, oh, I can't accomplish this unless I have that. Well, you already have it. So step forward, come out the door. They're just saying, right now you got the screen door open and they want you to just, you have the air flowing and that's great, but just open it, step out and continue. You already have it. It's great.
She
Well
has
done. Yeah, well
a lot
done.
more gifts than she realizes, believe me.
Exactly. It's okay. They just said no different than yourself, Tammy, that didn't realize there was so much mediumship that I actually had, and I'm enhancing on now. It's no different than what you're doing. You already have it. There's certain things that you're trying to launch. Launch is a good word, and they will be. I truly think that you got a lot going in motion by the year of the horse coming in here by the 17th of February. So um, press the send button, they just said. So send that email, press the send button.
Mm.
Does that make sense, Harley?
I know it's delayed. That's why she hasn't replied. But yeah, when I need somebody right away, I get a hold of the insurance number for their triage or for their nurse. And also, they referred me to Next Care, and I didn't get charged a dime from Next Care.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I was referred by that. Yes, I have passed that I am.
Ah, well, live the dream then, Harley. You're living the dream, is what they're saying. I should be coming to you. I mean, maybe I will be seeing you. Maybe I will be seeing you and more. Because I'm seeing more advertisement.
Yeah.
So I'll be seeing you.
And she also, Harley has also shared with us
Excuse me.
that you can become an actress, do a, what do they call it? Extras in
Oh,
Arizona and a lot of things. So, and you can make money off of it too.
oh, well, Harley, please put my name in that barrel.
Well, I'll talk to you about that in just a little bit. We have somebody come in, K for Sight. We have 5 minutes late. New subscriber. May I get a reading? What is your question, K for Sight?
Yes. It's the most important thing you want asked right now, K for sight.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Extras or background actors? Yes, yes. Thank you. What? No, they don't like being called extras. Just we're used to hearing that. Sorry about that, Hardy. And I told you I need your help filling that out. That thing is huge. It's online, but anyway. Okay. Extra for sight. Will my finances increase? Your financial abundance?
K for sight, can I get your date of birth, please?
We can't do years on
Oh, okay.
this. We don't want all of
Well,
that.
he's got some Scorpio somewhere, whether it be sun, moon, or rising. Um,
Okay. Oh, that's good that you feel that too.
yeah, and will my finances increase? Well, if it's your own business and you're working at it, then the answer is yes. But if you stay where you're at, unhappy, no. So there's two different things going on here. Um, I mean, a broader question like that: are you going to win the lottery? Well, that's a hard one to ask. Um, your finances will be increasing because the work and the effort are put in, but you have to understand that you're also kind of looking at it as, oh, am I just going to win the lottery? Maybe, but I'd want a more definite grounding that my finances are increasing because I'm putting in the effort. So it's not going to just show up at your door, is what they're saying. What field of work are you in, K for Sight? Could be in Venus. It could be in Venus. I don't know if you have your whole chart. Oh, there's the effort. Sales. It's yours. Yeah. Sales can be competitive, but quit giving so much energy over here that you're like, well, I gotta, you know, be better than the next person. I already know that you are better than the next person. I know you are. They know you are.
You,
Start giving, yeah, you need to know that you are. So I would put some more stick-it notes around your little laptop there or on your briefcase or whatever it may be, in that kind of area of your work that reminds yourself, I are, whatever the sale is for that particular moment or whatever it is that you're looking at, put the dollar sign on there, put what it was that you expect to have, and it's going to show up because you're visualizing it more. You're very visual. You're very visual. And that's why you're asking, because you like to see it in writing. Well, it's,
or Sun, Virgo,
yeah,
Moon.
yeah. Well, doesn't matter which part it could be, the Scorpio, but there's definitely some grounding. Taurus and Capricorn, they're both pretty stubborn, but Capricorn's the grounding business. Absolutely.
Well, they're all three.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earth.
Virgo rising and Virgos are consistent, you know. So to create the sales pattern that you need to get the numbers that you want. That's where the Virgo plays the part. The Taurus is they're in for money this year. So get ready, put your seatbelt on, and let's take that ride. Is what they're
Yeah.
saying. You're ready. You already know it. It's kind of like, is this really happening? Am I really seeing this? Because you're so visual. You are, and they just want me to say, yeah, that's validation. You are. You got this. And just remember this the person that told you about it. I'll take a
Definitely.
Christmas card later.
And thank you all
Enjoy
for
it.
coming.
Well deserved. And well deserved, Kate for Sight. Well deserved. Great job.
Thank you all for coming in today. I really appreciate Tammy being here too.
I
And
appreciate you having me. Thank you. And I would loved meeting everybody. I can't wait to meet you all in person as well. Some.
or even on Zoom or yes,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of you aren't here. And a lot of yeah, Victor only came in for a second, but what was the other thing? Oh, tonight. Hopefully Angie and Don will be on tonight. And so for those of you who did not get a reading, could get one tonight with Don and Angie. Um, Friday, I will be on again with Scott and Gabriel Connections or Encounters, Gabriel Encounters. And Bonnie, I don't know if Bonnie and Angie will be on this Friday or if it's Bonnie and Jess, but that will be on Friday night live happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah, Susan will not be on Saturday. She was on last Saturday because she is going back to Albuquerque for family issues. Um, and on Sunday, Jess and Bonnie at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Again, I'm not sure if Sherry, Beery, and Angie will be on Sunday. I know they want to get back to doing that, but as soon as I know, I will let you guys know. Have a great weekend. It's such a beautiful time here in Arizona, so hopefully you guys will get out and get to farmers markets and local things. We need to really help our local vendors have a better year than they did last year.
Yes, it was beautiful. Scottsdale had a beautiful market and a lot of events this year, right there on the bridge.
On the bridge? In
Yeah,
Scottsdale?
by Scottsdale Fashion Square, South Bridge. We used to call it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
I
had
haven't heard
wine,
of
they
that
had a
yet.
wine and art festival. They had Vaudeville Soul Parade on Saturday. Tons of local vendors. Tons of they did like Indian dancing and Native American stuff too. So it was really cool. It was beautiful outside, of course.
Yes. Yes. And for those of you who are really upset that you're in the cold, if you get a plane ticket out here, love to see you.
Yes.
Thank you guys
All
so
right,
much.
everybody. Have a great weekend.
And we will
Bye.
see you next time. If I can get the right thing to get out of here. Here we go.